What you are about to see are rare historical images of the Wuhan area, many of which have long been buried in the dust of history. Even local residents may have only heard of some of these places, as photos of them are scarce. Remarkably, these locations were captured in dynamic motion pictures. This footage was filmed in 1924 by Austrian travel journalist Rose, who toured China during that time. Outside the city of Wuchang, a group of Chinese children is being instructed by foreign missionaries. Initially, foreign missionaries were not allowed to establish churches in Wuchang, but after the Second Opium War, British missionary Griffith John pressured the Qing government through the British consul in Hankou to break this prohibition. The footage includes views of Wuchang's Binyang Gate and the now vanished Great East Gate, which today exists only as a place name. Most people have only heard of these gates as they were demolished nearly a century ago after the Northern Expedition ended. This dynamic footage of the gates is being seen for the first time. Within the city, the streets are bustling with carriages and pedestrians. A Beiyang military policeman is seen patrolling near the city gate. 2 years after this footage was filmed, the National Revolutionary Army successfully captured the 3 towns of Wuhan. In the ancient 3 towns of Wuhan, sedan chairs remained a prominent mode of transportation. Historical records indicate that even at the end of the Qing dynasty, sedan chair routes were widespread, with stations requiring official approval. In Wuchang alone, there were over 48 designated stations. These scenes depict a glimpse of life in Wuhan a century ago. One scene shows a street vendor selling wide rice noodles, accompanied by a mysterious machine. Another scene captures the bustling Kaohsian temple fairs, which many locals in the Wuhan area still attend annually. Mountain paths are crowded with pilgrims in various costumes. A Mr. Wu from Hankou even wears shackles as part of his prayer ritual. Interestingly, although 12 years had passed since the fall of the Qing dynasty, the temple fair procession still included people with Qing-style queues, reminiscent of the royal guards of the past. When faced with the camera, some of these queue wearers ran away, believing the photography equipment would shorten their lives. Meanwhile, performers who had cut off their queues as part of their act proudly displayed their skills for the camera. The footage also shifts to the Hankou docks, a site filled with countless stories. Historically, Hankou's docks contributed to its prosperity, sustaining numerous industries and livelihoods. As soon as ships docked, port workers sprang into action. Small boats selling food would rush to the larger ships to trade. Many water carriers could also be seen gathering water along the shore. Although Hankou had established a running water supply as early as 1900, the water-carrying profession persisted. More than a decade later, many people were still working as water carriers. This historical footage of the Hankou docks, unlike photographs, brings the scene vividly to life. As described in Shingara bamboo lyrics from Hankou, the lively docks stretched across 20 miles of bustling streets. 20 miles of long streets, 8 docks along the way. Roads filled with carts and sedan chairs, waters teeming with boats. Without the Yangtze and Han rivers, the flow would cease.